Alright, after 2 false starts, I'm finally on the road to Dunkin' Donuts. I left the first time and the battery died within 60 seconds. I thought I had this battery charging last night, but I guess I didn't, so I had to grab a spare. Then I left and realized I didn't have my wallet either. So I had to turn and go back again. So I think I have everything I need to begin my 20-mile Dunkin' Donuts round trip coffee ride on the Z10. Okay, I do have my GPS on today, so it's easy for me to tell my speed. Like right now, we're cruising at 20, and that feels like nothing, man. It's very easy speed. The inside of my left calf slash shin feels like it has a bruise on it, because that's my dominant leg when I'm mounting and dismounting, and I guess just the angle forcing against the shell there, that pressure point is rather sore today. Oh, look what we have here. Water. I stayed dry once again. So I can feel what that assisted braking setting does. Basically, when it senses that you're trying to do a sustained brake, you feel a gentle tip back on the pedals to, I guess, assist in that motion. So I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that or not. It's not bad, but it's the first wheel I've ever ridden that does that. Still cruising 20, 21 pretty consistently. Feels fine. Still not 100% sold on my foot position. As you can see, like I mentioned yesterday, like no part of my legs are touching the wheel while I'm riding, and it can lead to wobbling. Like if I'm doing a shift in direction, there's some wobbling that I think is a result of that. So I'm not 100% sure if this foot position is what I would use long term. Have to experiment a little bit. So unlike the Monster, there is no seating option for the Z10, so I'm going to be standing the whole time. Hopefully my legs don't kill me, or my feet. We'll find out. Currently cruising at 22 miles an hour. As some of these bigger vehicles go by me, my speed actually gets sucked up a couple miles an hour. I actually get in their draft for a few seconds, so it's very noticeable to speed up. Knee pads are on. All right, so I just stopped and moved my feet in a little bit, so like my ankles are just barely touching the side of the wheel, and I want to see how that feels in contrast. Not so sure I like it. Alright, got off the hustle and bustle of a Mockley Road a little bit. Still, even with my feet in a little bit more, still have onsets of the wobbling going on and off and on. Again, I'm not sure if it's just I need more acclimation time, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, like right there. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, got some wobbling going on. My feet don't feel too bad so far, although I did take a couple Advil this morning, so that could be the reason. Jeez, still there. But you know, this is just me. This is just me experimenting to try to find out what's going to work best for me, comfort-wise. I think nothing to do with the wheel, but yeah, it is definitely a learning curve. You know, you gotta Make your body learn how to react to something with this kind of size and girth. Okay, we're on the shitty section with no bike lane, but I think I once again got lucky and hit it at the right time. Once again, back on the safety of the bike trail. Almost at Dunkin' Donuts. So this morning I woke up without an alarm at like 4:45 a.m. Couldn't fall back asleep. Started getting ideas in my head of everything I wanted to do, checklists, stuff I need, and yeah. So and I went to bed well after 11. So a little tired. I got a comment on my video from last night from someone that was asking about if I'm able to shoot angles lower to the wheel, like what you would see like in a Marty video where he's using his selfie stick. And I do plan to bring that along today for my ride later on today. I'll have a selfie stick, I have my drone packed, I have all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I'll be shooting some different angles. It won't just be me holding the GoPro. Alright, we've made it. Leg one of the Dunkin' Donuts ride complete. Alright, remaining mileage 43, it says. Temperature 107.6. Not bad, considering it's going to be quite hot today. It's already well into the 80s, so yeah, temperature is doing great. So after that 10-mile ride, the battery indicator on the wheel is still showing full. So yeah, I don't think I'll do a full range test, but battery life so far seems pretty good. All right, those of you wondering, can you drink Dunkin' Donuts coffee on a Z10? Yes, you can. There's a lot of traffic right now and there's no bike lane, so I'm going to just get on the sidewalk till the bike lane comes back. Really got to shock absorb with your legs. Tire really has no give whatsoever. Normally I would take a little bit of a break there at the halfway point, but no, I just hop right back on. Just got too much stuff you want to do today, man. Got to keep rolling. I've inched my feet back wider on the pedals again. I don't know. I think it's the lesser of two evils for me. And I can only imagine what this is going to feel like riding through the swamp with this rut-filled and bumpy as that is. It's going to be quite the good leg workout. It's good I didn't do squats this week. Back on the smooth asphalt, much better. So far, these pedals, which were one of the points of criticism on the wheel, they feel fine. They could be longer because I have size 13 feet, but they feel fine, and they seem wider than original Ninebot 1E pedals. I don't have a set to measure them against, but they seem very, very wide. See that subtle wobble. Pretty much this entire ride I've been going like 20 to 22 miles an hour. It feels like nothing. I mean, the wheel does not struggle to cruise at that speed at all. And outside of the wobbles, it's very it feels very planted to the ground. It doesn't feel like you're going 20 miles an hour when you're going 20 miles an hour. It's similar to the Monster, because the Monster's that way as well. You don't notice the speed as much. Like the other day when I took the Monster to Dunkin' Donuts, I hit the high speed warning. I was doing probably 28, 29, and I didn't even realize it. Wobble feels slightly better right now, and it's weird. If you look at my toes, my right foot is slightly more forward than my left. And I think I remember Chris mentioning something about that. That he adopted a ride position where his one foot was staggered. And I wonder if that was the reason. All right, we're back to Wilson Boulevard already, meaning I only have 3 miles to go. It's gone very smooth. I just never get tired of splash tests. Probably see that wobble there too, huh? I'm home. I made it. I survived and the Z10 survived. Alright, so I just thought I would check in here on the app. Temperature 109 after 20 miles of 20 plus mile an hour cruising. Not too bad. Actually says that ride with 21.4 miles. I think that's not quite accurate though. Look at the... I want to look at the battery information. Remaining mileage 25 it says. Battery information, here we go. Power level 44%. Okay, it says 44%. That's interesting. Yep, 44% on both batteries. Because I was showing almost full when I got there after 10 miles. So that's not abnormal for once the EEC battery level starts to drop, it drops rapidly. So if we're roughly at 45% now, it's bounced back up to 48%. So as a 20-mile ride, so you know, I would say you get anywhere between 30 and 40 miles depending on the riding conditions. So, which is plenty for me. So the question is the Ninebot Z10 a capable long-distance road cruiser? And the answer is definitely yes. If the foot pedals were not the issue that I thought they could possibly be. My feet don't feel horrible, so that's a pleasant surprise. Speed-wise, it's very capable. It can cruise 20 miles an hour all day long. It's no problem. The only issue that I continued to have throughout the ride was the onset of wobbling, where it would come and go. I would just kind of lean back and just decelerate a little bit, and that would usually get it under control. But even after 20 miles, it was still happening to me at the very end. So we'll see if that's something I can negate through more practice. Because in my experience, wobbling is always it's always human error and not a mechanical error. So I just need to get more accustomed, I think. You know, I've rode through enough wobbles that it doesn't make me panic. You know, because usually actually that's the worst thing. If you start to wobble and you panic and you tense up, your wobble then becomes a swerve, and your swerve becomes a fall. So you want to try to avoid that at all costs. So anyways, I'm going to go in. I'm going to work on this video, throw this thing back in the charger, and then I plan to be heading down towards the Marco Island area. Fun times. If you found this video interesting, please give it a big thumbs up. If this is your first time subscribing, or if this is your first time visiting the channel, please consider subscribing. And feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, and ideas below, and thoughts. And what do you think about Elsa? Anyways, that's all I got for now. Until next time, definitely now.